This, this is not me. What, are you trying to imply that it was I who went on a homicidal rampage? This, this just can't be me. What I've become. When we think of moral totalitarity and reason, we like to think of a professor, a religious model, but in the case of Johnny, a psychopathic killer, it comes in the form of a rabbit head, a rabbit that he killed when he was younger. Today, we dive into a conversation between dwindling logic and total psychopathy. I'd like to introduce to you Johnny, the Homicidal Maniac, a graphic novel by Joan Vasquez. What, you don't feel you are the logical piece of your past? If this is the case, I would like to know by what logic you subscribe to that allows you to see my floating severed head beside you. That's just it. The logic is fucked up here. There is something inherently wrong with this place. You've been with me from the start, haven't you? Ever before the nail hit the bunny. Because you're my voice, my own voice inside my head because you are me. The other end of my internal conversations. We all assign a voice to the aspects of ourselves. I always remember you being there from the start, so you've seen it all, felt it all, heard them laughing, living their petty lives. No well-defined lives, daytime talk shows. Talk shows, I suppose. You know what goes on in this world? They don't understand. They don't see that long after their laughter subsides, their victims are still feeling their taunts. Their victims are still hearing their heads, the cacophony of noise, poison, perception. These fucks acknowledge their own worthlessness by pursuing the mundane, inviting their own pain to confront them in the sight of a quivering victim. I'm losing it, aren't I? I don't know which ones deserve my attention, and I lose things. Things leave me. People leave me. Friends leave. Everything leaves. I suggest you seek some alternate source of sympathy in me. You tried to kill that girl that loved you. She liked you, and you liked her, and you tried to kill her. That's impolite. So prefer this to any pleasure they give, however brief it may be. Well, no! Like I said, it makes no sense. I can't explain anything. I can't explain anything because I can't find it in me. I look back to what brought me here and I don't get anything, only images as through a haze. I've done some pretty ghastly shit, and clear motivation eludes me. These acts, they're more like answers to questions I don't remember asking. I try to think back, but it only comes back in a blur, like photographs printed on wet toilet paper, blurry and distorted bits and fragments. I remember being little, and how all the kids used to make fun of me, made fun of how skinny I was, called me noodle boy, typical shit. Why is it like this? I've done things, all those people, and I can't even say why. I'm sure it's just not a bad mood. Look around you, Nate. Can you remember the person who made all of these paintings? You once threw everything of yourself into them, feeding them with the creatures in your head, paint where there are now barrels of blood. Am I the only part of you that remembers a time when your imagination was used to create things other than paranoid delusions? And while this conversation could just be another one of those delusions, let's say it's not. Whatever the case is, it is evident that your creativity is the victim of something. You devote more time fuming over the stupidity of mankind than what you once felt so much for. Your imagination has been subverted. Your imagination is gone, and look what is left. The extent of your work is that anemic piece of shit, Happy Noodle Boy, a goddamn stick figure. Dear Lord, you're right. You've been trying to warn me, haven't you? See, I told you that it made no sense. All this senseless killing. What good is it in there when you just kill your guests? You don't kill your guests. You torture them. Oh my God, no. drill it into them, make them forget what comfort is. Death frees them from the education I can offer them. Oh my God, no, John, no. Let them understand first, then they can die. So, why have I been collecting blood? I hate blood. Just like I hate piss and sweat and shit and tears and all the sewage of the organism, just like I detest the fucking cream filling on a Twinkie. Now I ask you, my bunny, why would I do such things? As if I had to ask. I know what it is. It's so obvious. I'm being manipulated by some demon scourge from beyond our plane of existence. It spoke to me in my voice, making me think I heard my own voice. I'm losing sight of my own reasons, so I was weak. I just let it take over me. Shit, that's not good. I've relinquished control of my own insanity. We think we can live away from what we hate, but we are defined by those very things. It feeds upon us, sustained by our belief that we think we're doing something right. We think we're so great in our protests, but we become prisoners to the very things we oppose. We're caged, we're prisoners, and it starts making us speak in poorly created melodramatic prose. Oh, the horror, make it stop. Make this stop. As if things weren't bad enough, it appears that I've become the prisoner to the very thing that I'm trying to fight against. I'd like to see someone beat me in a bad story contest. We spend forever building up our walls only to become the very things we didn't want us to be controlled by. Excuse me, let me just interrupt your disjointed little musings here. Let me remind you that you still have no idea what you were before all this. Pity is one thing you should expect